This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yes.
We got to welcome back to the show Erika Clam. What? I forgot who you were. I forgot who you were for a second. I haven't seen you for a minute.
I know. It's been it's been like a week and a half. It hasn't been that long.
In TV time, it's like a year and a half.
Yes. No. I appreciate DBL Nation for checking on me. Everybody knows when I break, I break. So my husband and I went to Maui, and we had a wonderful time. We really needed the R&R. We haven't had a vacation in a long time. But I just want to say, for anybody who is thinking about going to Maui, Lahaina is very much in need of our continued support and love. There are people who have lost absolutely everything. They are grieving in real time. So if you are going to go and visit the island, make sure you check out the Kapalua side of it, closer to Lahaina. Show your support and be respectful about visiting there. So I just want to thank everyone who made our trip so amazing.
Good to have you back, and I'm super jealous.
Yes.
Super jealous.
It was amazing.
All right, let's get to it, guys. A lot to get to. Let's talk about the Emmys last night. Succession won 6 awards, including Best Drama Series. The Bear also took home 6 awards and 1 for Best Comedy Series and for Best Victory Kiss of the evening. And Beef won 5 awards, including 2 for its main actors and for Best Limited or Anthology Series or Movie. Let's hear from some of those winners.
I want to say thank you to Danny for teaching me that judgment and shame is a lonely place, but compassion and grace is where we can all meet.
This is a show about family and found family and real family. And my parents are here tonight. Probably not like a dream to emigrate to this country and have your child be like, I want to do improv, but you're real ones.
My beautiful wife, Jazz, thank you for sharing your life with me and for giving me 2 amazing kids. And Jazz, I want more. You said maybe if I win.
One of the most emotional moments of the evening was right from the get-go when Christina Applegate, who has MS, took the stage. The audience gave her a standing ovation, which she joked about. Let's take a look.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. You're totally shaming me with disability by standing up. It's fine. Okay. Body, not by Ozempic. Okay, let's go.
Never mind. So what do we think of the speeches yesterday? Good ones, memorable ones?
I was blown away by Christina Applegate. I thought she was so funny. I thought it was so needed and necessary because we all do have such a connection to her, and a connection to her when she was much younger, because we were all much younger. And so to see her come out needing assistance, needing a cane, I think everybody initially was just like not being condescendingly sad towards her, but just generally sad and hoping she's okay. And when she comes out and makes a joke, I was sitting there looking like, did she miss her calling as a comic? And can somebody write a role for this woman? Her timing is impeccable.
Well, Kelly Bundy was funny. Samantha Who was funny.
Right.
Her last what?
Dead to Me was funny.
Yeah, really?
She's always been really good with comic timing. Did anyone else get choked up when I heard Love and Me? It just was like, oh my God. The nostalgia was there this time.
The image of Al Bundy with his hands in his pants really choked me up.
Really, really.
The good old days.
The misogyny and the chauvinism, it really brought back. But she's been there consistently for her whole career, and the audience recognized that by standing for her. She has been in that community for years and years and years, and she killed it, I thought. She did great.
Yeah, I think community is like really the key word here when we talk about these award shows, because a lot of people don't consider that when you think of celebrities and people who are enjoy a certain affluence, or so we assume for a lot of these people. But ultimately, it's like, hey, I came up with this person, or this person has been on my screen for decades, and whether there is turmoil within the industry or within other people, it's still a community. So that happens, people come together, they laugh together, they cry together, and there's also times where they need to pull, up for one another. And I think that's what we see when we see a Christina Applegate.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, Steph, I want to get your take on this coming up. So the Emmys celebrated last night by looking back at 75 years of television, packing the show with all sorts of nostalgia reunions. I loved it. Ted Danson, Kelsey Grammer, and Rhea Perlman, and more brought us all back to the Cheers bar where everybody knows your name. There's Norm sneaking in there. Rob Reiner and Sally Struthers talked about the power of Norman Lear's ability to stir the pot on the set of All in the Family. Tisha Campbell, Martin Lawrence, Tashina Arnold, and Carl Anthony Payne II reunited from the hit show Martin. From The Sopranos, Lorraine Bracco and Michael Imperioli brought us inside Tony Soprano's therapist's office, and the stars of Ally McBeal all danced together again from their gender-inclusive bathroom. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Finally, ahead of their 20th season, stars from Grey's Anatomy took the stage, including Katherine Heigl. So, what do we think about these reunions? And Steph, were any of these nostalgic to you? Because me and my wife, she's from this country, didn't know half of them. And I was like, what is happening?
Oh, yeah, no, Cheers is huge, absolutely huge. It's like a daytime staple. But for me, it was all about Ally McBeal because growing up, I was very young, like 10 to 12, watching that. And I actually went to law school because of Ally McBeal.
You went to law?
I studied a year at College of Law. And I was like, this is nothing like Ally McBeal. I am out.
Then you watched Legally Blonde and went back.
Yeah, I was like, this is crazy.
That's funny.
I absolutely loved it. But that's a true story. So yeah, very nostalgic and brought back a lot of expenses I'd care to forget.
That's really funny.
Please.
No, go.
I was just going to say with the reunions, we have to be honest about it. I think we were all kind of taken back by how beautiful a lot of people looked, and let's be honest, how much older some people looked. And it showed us that time has passed. And like when they, watching the Martin reunion, seeing the picture of Tommy, he was a running joke in all of the sitcoms that Tommy doesn't have a job. He's been gone for 4, 5, 6 years now. So, I hope that it reminds us all, even if we're not in television, this is all the blink of an eye. Your coworkers, your life's achievements, all these kinds of things, and savor them, because you just look and it's just gone.
Yeah, I was just, like I said, I was watching with my wife, and I'm like, oh man, All in the Family, and she's like, what's that?
Oh my
gosh. What do
gosh.
you mean you don't know what that is? I'm like, Norman Lear? Who's that?
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
like, okay, what, are we married? What's happening? We're like from such different planets, but that's my world, not her world, right?
Yeah, but it's also, that's that 8 years.
It is.
Because I have that with my siblings, and I'm like, I remember seeing you watching it with me, and it made no impact. Like, that's just what happens between pop culture, a certain amount of years, yeah.
Yeah.
The Gap. Mind the Gap.
Sorry.
She says that looking like the Gap manager.
Yes.
I know. Are we folding the jeans,
That's a good
right?
button.
Are we folding
I said she looks like an accountant for a music festival.
All right. Check us out on YouTube. We'll have more jokes. Coming up on DBL, we're not done talking about the Emmys yet. Stephanie will give us her picks for the best and worst dress of the night. And the show replaced traditional cutoff music with Anthony Anderson's mom. We're going to talk about that as well. I did want to bring up one. Did you guys see the I Love Lucy skit?
Yes.
I thought it really bombed.
It didn't do well.
Did you? I don't know.
So no, it was Tracy Ellis Ross and it was Natasha Lyonne, who doesn't deserve to be on. Natasha Lyonne didn't do anything. Anyway, they did the chocolate one, if you didn't know, and they went to the audience and no one was laughing, and it was bad, and it wasn't funny. I don't think she is up to Lucille Ball status. Tracy Ellis Ross, absolutely. But to me, Natasha Lyonne is an indie artist in indie movies and didn't deserve the Lucille Ball call.
I would just ask.
That's a Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, Tracy Ellis Ross.
As it pertained to the sketch, what was the button? What was the big?
What was
the laugh they were going for?
I don't know.
We don't know.
It didn't.
It was a nostalgic scene, but
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler were funny.
Yeah.
Although I wanted them to do more.
Yeah, they were more of a, because I was with the Lucy sketch. I thought it would have been cool if they had just done the names while doing that
I agree
sketch.
with you. Say the names out loud.
Because if you're kind of having a dialogue, like there had to be a button on that.
It went on a lot. That went on a bit long.
Yeah.
And didn't they show people in the audience like Winkler? Henry, he was not amused.
Yeah, I
he
think
was
it was
like
a bit boring. It was funny
what's
for like
happening?
the first 30 seconds, but like 2 minutes almost of it was too much.
80 Polar and them did it. They were announcing everyone in the
Weekend
category.
Update.
If they did the same thing with that skit with their mouths full,
That's funny.
they kind of did that at the end. That's funny. But it went on too long, and I don't know. It just
And I
wasn't
mean,
working
I think
for me.
that's, if you look at SNL, I don't know how many sketches they have per show, but 3 hit, 3 are and 2 are absolutely
That's
not.
true.
You know,
I
the
guess so.
sketches are kind of, you don't know if you're going to have Van by the River or
Right,
just
but
a
you know
sketch
what
that doesn't go anywhere.
You know what's funny?
you know?
The Dylan McDermott one, where he
Yeah.
was in the American Horror Story, and Anthony Anderson was in the black latex as the
That was
monster.
good.
That was very funny, I thought.
Welcome back to DBL. There were some hits and misses at last night's Emmys, starting with host Anthony Anderson, who includes his mom, Doris, in the show. There she is. He said she would interrupt winners who have long speeches instead of playing them off with music, which nobody listens to anyways. But some say it went a little bit flat when Jennifer Coolidge won for The White Lotus. Let's watch.
It's running out. Okay, so I just want to say, I want to thank all the evil gays. You know, I just really, I know I'm getting wrapped it up. Okay, yes, okay.
Baby.
Yes, and I just.
I love you, baby, but time.
Okay, guess what? Guess what? One more thing.
I
love you too.
you.
I just want to say one thing.
Okay,
one
one
last thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tori, you guys are really morphing into each other.
Yeah, it's just wherever we go, it's awkward. Everywhere we step. Not the best timing, and it's not the mom's fault, just not the best timing. I didn't love the mom bit. I thought Anthony Anderson was funny on his own by far. I thought it kept interrupting the momentum.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you know,
Was I wrong on that?
No.
Okay.
First of all, it's your opinion.
Yeah.
You can't be wrong. You know, I remember doing NABJ, and I did a panel with Anthony, and he was telling me funny stories about his mother, and he told me he was going to try and do some things to get her on camera because they have such a great dynamic. And here comes, you know, that who's singing.
They've got the game
that's
show together
famous.
as well.
Who's the famous person singing? Whatever. He includes his mom in a lot. I think what happened was his mom started to be included in every bit, and it kind of goes back to what you were saying, Erica. These are all kind of tight, compact families.
Yeah.
And you've got 30
That's such a
seconds to
good
say,
point.
I got love for you, Steph, and I hope your husband's doing better. All those kinds of things. And when somebody's interrupting it that has no tie to that,
That's a great point,
It
Al.
just kind of stings a little bit.
Because had it been, I was just thinking of so many other ways that had it been a different person with a different person on stage, like how much backlash would they have received. I will say this about the White Lotus, though, because this was the first time that I had been to Hawaii since White Lotus filmed. And everyone does have their own little section. Everybody has their story.
Yeah.
And I was very, very careful not to speak to people. I didn't want to speak to anybody.
You didn't want to get in their stories.
No, I did not want to be a part of anybody's story.
No.
Because that's how it felt.
Can you give us one story you heard?
Well, at one point, we were supposed to, actually, no, I'm not going to say it. It was a great.
I think that's for DBL After Dark.
No, it was not for DBL After Dark.
But everyone's there. They're the main character of their own story. You gotta stay focused.
Yeah.
That's so funny where Al's mind goes. I know where it went. I was thinking more of the murder, like the show,
Me
and Al
too.
was like thinking like hookups.
No.
Hey. Not killing nobody.
Definitely not. Okay.
All right, coming up on DBL, Stephanie Jones is breaking down all the fashion at the Emmys. That's coming up.
Walking outside to a car covered in ice or snow usually means putting on some gloves, pulling out your trusty ice scraper, and taking time to clear the mess, so you don't put other cars at risk, like this guy. Many people have shared at-home tricks they use to clear snow or ice from their car faster on social media. Using these sources, here are 3 things we verified you should not use to de-ice your car. No-no number 1. using hot water or homemade solutions. Pouring hot water over snow or ice might seem like an efficient way to melt the mess away, but according to the Rochester Mazda car dealership, the sudden temperature change could crack your windshield. And as for those homemade solutions, like mixing water with ammonia or vinegar, a AAA spokesperson says using any chemical solution that is not manufactured for snow removal on cars could also create small cracks and craters in the windshield, making it unsafe to drive. And they could damage your car's paint too. Next up, using the wrong tools. 1A Auto, an auto repair company, says to never use a shovel to clear snow off your car because many shovels have a metal blade or other sharp edge that will scratch your car's paint. So, what about a broom? 1A Auto says if the bristles are stiffer than a regular snow brush, that can also damage the paint. And finally, using your windshield wipers. Anco Wipers, a blade manufacturer, says making your wipers do the heavy lifting could tear the blades, making them less effective. They also say you shouldn't snap the blades to get ice or snow off. If the spring is tight enough, it can cause the wiper to crack the glass in your windshield. So, now that you know what not to do yourself a favor and find your ice scraper or snow brush before a storm hits. And be kind to your wipers. Use your defrosters to melt ice away on your windshield. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
Welcome back to DBL. The Emmys traded in the typical red carpet for a silver one. Stephanie Jones is here to give her take for the best and worst dress of the night. Too much on the prompter, Steph. Take it away.
Yeah, here we go. Let's get going because we've got so many amazingly dressed, like Iowa Debris, looking stunning in this 3D molded Louis Vuitton leather dress. I just think she looks stunning.
I love the waist.
But I want to see her in color.
Gorgeous.
I agree with you.
Gorgeous. Carmen Domingo also won the night in Louis Vuitton. He wore a brooch and a pearl bracelet. It's become his signature look.
Yeah.
And also in Louis Vuitton, I think Louis Vuitton just killed it this year.
He looks like a dude that would pull your mom in the 80s. Just getting out of a white C-Class Benz. Like, what's up, girl?
I love that.
The husband just walks away.
Yeah.
I'll never win.
He's so sleek. And Jenna Ortega in a T-length structured floral Dior gown. T-length is going to be back absolutely huge. We're seeing so many people wear it. I think she looks gorgeous.
And not in black like she usually
And not in
for
black.
Wednesday.
Yes, she's not as gothic, which I appreciate. Niecy Nash Betts gave us old school Hollywood glamour in this gorgeous black hourglass velvet gown and gloves. Absolutely stunning. That
She literally
figure,
looks like a statue.
Yeah.
Just
For best
perfection.
Niecy Nash this year.
Perfection.
I was curious about who designed it because it's reminiscent of Cheryl Lee Ralph's.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
She looks gorge. And then speaking of old Hollywood glam.
Bravo.
Oh, look at this. Slaying in purple. Taraji P. Henson. Can't get my words out. I'm too busy looking at that.
It's the high
slit.
leg cut.
It is. I'm like, wow. And then up next we've got Issa Rae. Oh my gosh, in this cape style dress. It's got pearls, it's got sequins, it's got feathers. It is drama and she looks fabulous.
I love that pic.
As for trends, red really was the colour of the night. We've got Katherine Heigl making her return to the silver carpet after a decade in this strapless Reem Acra gown.
I'm getting throwback vibes.
Oh,
She always does that.
Hollywood.
She always
Great.
plays that way. I like it.
Emmy winner Sarah Snook wore Vivienne Westwood with some very expensive Cartier jewels, which she was panicking about on the red carpet, which was really cute. And White Lotus star Megan Fahey took the sleek approach with crimson red in Armani. Also beautiful. Juliette Lewis had a lovely sparkly moss key-ano gown with a bow at the neck. Love it.
I like it.
And then this one for me, Suki Waterhouse showing off her baby bump. This was Valentino with a bow. It was on the runway not long ago, and they had to really adjust it to obviously fit her. But I think it just looks incredible. And Selena Gomez looked beautiful in deep plum, strapless. I mean, this hugs in all the right places, and she is shining bright. But not everyone was a fashion winner. So I love Hannah Waddingham. She has a beautiful, classic style, but I just feel like we see her in the same dress nearly every carpet. So she looks gorgeous, whatever she likes, but I'd like to see her in something a bit different.
Would you be fine with that if it was red, Steph?
I'd be fine. And I think it looks great even
or just
in that
the same
colour.
style dress?
I think it looks amazing even that colour. I think it's just literally we see it in pretty much the same dress every time. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker wore black and were basic and shoved their tongues in each other's faces.
This was gross stuff.
Which was a moment of interest.
Okay.
I don't know why,
so
you guys. I like the
time-
the Mr. and Mrs. Smith look. I kind of dig it.
Don't lick each other on the red.
And then we had Ali Wong, who was my best dressed just last week. But she was, the mix and match here was a bit odd for me, but she looks really cute.
Maybe a solid color at the top. Would you guys be happier?
I think it's just one or the other. I don't know. It was just a lot of embellishment.
I agree with you.
A lot.
Yeah.
And the Lorraine Schwartz jewellery, though, I was living for. The jewellery is out on the next two. So we've got Callista Flockhart in Giorgio Armani Privé. Some people love it, some people hate it. What do you think?
The jury's in for me. I love it.
I don't like this.
I love it for her on this red carpet.
Okay.
Very specific, but I get it.
For this one moment.
I do.
And then Aubrey Plaza was in a powder yellow gown. It had a giant dressmaker's pin in the chest. It's so weird. It's so unusual, but that's exactly why it is perfect for Aubrey.
Yeah.
Is this the carpet to be weird, though, Steph? I feel like that's a Met Gala.
It totally could be a Met Gala look, absolutely. But I just think her personality and vibe, it's just, if there was a dress with her name on it, I really think this is it.
I think she wore it to look like a Post-it so people could literally make memes for tomorrow morning.
That wouldn't surprise me.
And it's not a bad
at all.
idea to get yourself all over tomorrow's coverage because everyone did a Post-it note.
Well, that's the plan with everything, whether we think it's good, bad, ugly, fabulous. Everything's been strategically planned to cause either, oh, she's boring because they want less attention, or something weird and wonderful because they want all eyes on them.
Right.
What was Selena Gomez's plan?
Sexy and sexy,
You know,
sexy.
though, in the year of Ozempic, I loved seeing a diversity of body types and how they're dressed. Like the silhouettes were spot on.
That's one if I'm with my wife, I have to pick a spot over there.
That's what
She
yours
walks
is.
into it, and if, if I get caught, like, ew, Selena, girl. Yeah. We'll be right back.
Who is that? I don't know. I wasn't looking.
I just comment on it. I'll be like, look how many.
How can you protect your home or rental property from visitors who were never invited or just overstayed their welcome? A WCNC viewer sent us this question. Is it illegal to kick a squatter out of a rental property? So let's verify. Our sources are the North Carolina court system and attorney Gary Monty. First, what is squatting? Monty says it's when someone takes up residence in an abandoned building or unoccupied area, usually residential, that the squatter does not own. Plain and simple, Monty says a squatter is someone who is trespassing, and because of this, you can kick them off your property.
Because the squatter is a trespasser, you can call the police or you can go down to the magistrate and swear out a trespasser warrant.
It gets a little tricky, Monty says, when the person on your property has a lease, either written or verbal.
You do have to go down to the courthouse in that case and file what's called a complaint in summary ejectment. Normally, these things end up in small claims court.
The North Carolina court system says a landlord can kick out a tenant who has not paid rent or if the tenant has violated a condition of the lease or the lease term has ended. So what about the phrase squatters' rights? Monty says there are cases where squatters have stayed more than 20 years, which in North Carolina allows them to file an adverse possession claim, an effort to take ownership of the property.
But yes, if you've been on someone's property for a long enough period of time and you're occupying it as if it's your own, then yes, you could have a legal proceeding that would end up titling the property to you.
That's why Monty says it's important for people to keep a close eye on who is on your property.
That's another reason that if you have a trespasser on your property, that it does behoove you to do something about it.
So we can verify that no, it is not illegal to kick a squatter out of your rental property or any other property you own. But if you wait too long, the squatter could end up taking the property from you. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Did you get a postcard or email about a Verizon wireless class action settlement? You're not alone. Several Reddit users posted notices they received that claim they're eligible to get up to $100, and they want to know if they're legit. So let's verify. Our sources are court documents in the Esposito v. Cellco partnership lawsuit and Verizon Wireless. In November 2023, customers filed a class action lawsuit against Verizon. accusing the wireless company of tacking on an administrative fee to their bills without first disclosing the charge. The case was quickly settled, with Verizon agreeing to pay up to $100 for each eligible customer while admitting no wrongdoing. Settlement administrators say they're sending postcards or emails to people who paid an administrative fee between January 1st, 2016 and November 8th, 2023. If you think you're eligible and didn't receive an email or postcard, then you can visit VerizonAdministrativeChargeSettlement.com to contact a claims administrator. So, yes, the Verizon class action settlement notifications are real. Verizon tells Verify it will continue to charge the administration fee at the center of the lawsuit, but plans to better disclose it to customers. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Selena Gomez. I mean, welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
Steph, what do you have for us today?
Let's check everything out like this. The Cortex Beauty Air Glider 2-in-1 Cool Air Flat Iron and Curler.
Ooh.
The Air Glider is a new innovative styling tool that you can use to straighten or curl your hair. Normally, this is $250.
Whoa.
Remember, there's two tools in one here.
That's true.
But we've got it for $34.99. That's saving 86%.
That's a steal. And you do two things, like you said. That takes care of everything when you're traveling.
Now, keeping on the beauty trend today, Tori, we've got the Crabtree and Evelyn 4-piece Evelyn Rose skincare set.
Look at that.
This best-selling collection brings together hydrating skincare, texture-transforming formulas, and their signature Rose with Attitude fragrance.
Ooh.
Normally, it's $94. We've got it for $15.
What?
That's saving 84%.
There's a theme here. Everything's a steal.
Now, this is very, very handy, Tori. It's the Sunbeam Automatic Blood Pressure Monitor with voice broadcast.
Oh, I love this.
Blood pressure monitor announces easy-to-understand, clinically tested, accurate results out loud.
Wow.
And you can also read the results clearly on the large backlit LCD display. Normally, this is $50. We've got it for $22.99. That's saving 54%.
This is a literal lifesaver.
Look at this.
Cute.
Isn't it beautiful? It's
Wow.
the Jenny Chan 3-piece hard side luggage set.
Wow.
There are spinner wheels for smooth maneuvering, protective corner guards, expansion for extra packing capacity, and so much more.
Wow.
Normally, that's $800.
I mean, yeah.
We have got it for $149.99. That's saving 81%.
So easy to spot at the airport, and I can be honest, the spinner wheels will save you. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or just scan that QR code on screen to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Steph, thank you so much.
All right, quickly going back to the Emmys. So red is the color for
Red
spring,
for
the
color.
coming up.
Yes.
From
I'm not
that
a big red guy.
carpet.
Are you ready for it?
No. Go
Valentine's Day.
Bulls. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
No.